Good morning. We're back in Patterdale. We've just headed up the road, a little bit at the car park, once again towards Helvellyns and Grisdale, the valley of Grisdale. We're going to keep going down the valley towards Birkhouse Moor and the path that would take you up to the hole in the wall onto Helvellyns. We're going to head up Nethermost Pikes East Ridge, and from there, I'm not sure, we'll either take a right, we'll head up to Helvellyns, come down Striding Edge, or we'll take a left, come down Dollywagon Pike and back over St Sunders Crag up to Cofer Pike first, then St Sunders Crag, and then back down Birks, which is there. That's the footpath that we went through the other day. Billy thinks we're going through it again, but we're not. We're heading this way. It's a lovely morning. It's forecast 90% chance of clear mountain tops, so let's hope so. Yeah, so this is the valley of Grisdale. Weather's looking a little bit ropey at the moment, but I'm hoping it'll clear. That's Striding Edge up there, well, that Birkhouse Moor, which will lead you on to Striding Edge. In the gloom ahead of us is Helvellyns. If you continued all the way up this valley, Grisdale, you'd eventually come to Grisdale Tarn. Meh. So yeah, the weather is starting to clear, thankfully. That up there is St Sunders Crag, where we were the other day, and that's still in the mist ahead of us is Nethermost Pikes East Ridge. Yeah, so about 2 miles up the footpath from the car, we're going to take a right, where we're going to head into the hills, cross a footbridge over here, crossing Grisdale Beck, and then I'll show you the route in front of us, what I know of it anyhow. My route's starting to look a little bit more clear now. We've just gone through over the bridge and then through the gate. Behind me is the valley we've walked up, Grisdale. The footpath up there eventually leads to Birkhouse Moor and the hole in the wall, which is up there somewhere. Then that would go over that ridge, which you can't see, and then eventually you would get onto Striding Edge. But we're going to go up here, up this stream here. This great big buttress here is Eagle Crag. We're going to go round it into Nethermost Cove, where we'll skirt round the back of Eagle Crag, and then we'll find Nethermost Pikes East Ridge behind there, which we'll meet up with it. I believe it's got a nice erect at the top, so yeah, looks interesting. Coming up the valley there from Grisdale, further back, when you're looking at all of the ridges, Birkhouse Moor, Striding Edge, everything all at once, kind of looks a little bit daunting. It just looks like a maze of crags, buttresses, you know. Took me a while before to work out where I was actually heading, but we've found a clear route now. Where you can see that blue sky over there, that's the head of the valley, Grisdale Valley, where the river comes down from Grisdale Tarn. Just me and the rock star today. So yeah, let's head up the hill. Rockstar, the legend of Billy Foster. He's looking down the valley, and I don't blame him. Look at that view. Yeah, so we've plodded up this hillside, steeply up from the river, through the bracken. We've got Eagle Crag to the left of me here, which we're going to go around into Nethermost Cove, and then we'll find that ridge. Coming up through that bracken, the footpath's a bit sketchy. It probably would be worse even in the summer. It's not too high, the bracken, probably you would think in the summer maybe just above your knees. Behind me is St Sunday Crag, where we were the other day, back down into Grisdale. Plodding away up the side of Nethermost Cove Beck, which runs into Nethermost Beck at the bottom. Eagle Crag to the left of me, Birkhouse Moor, and the hole in the wall to the right of me. Nethermost Cove in front of me. Some nice little waterfalls on the way up here. You've got to give these routes, these places, a lot of respect. Things can go wrong. So we're high up above the Grisdale Valley now, and this behind me is Nethermost Cove. To the left of me here is the start of the ridge. We head up there, and then we're going to go along the ridge and then disappear somewhere in that clag, and then onto the top of Nethermost Pike. That's Nethermost Cove, and that's Nethermost Pike East Ridge. It looks ridiculously steep, and I'm almost certain it's probably iced up on the top, on the arete. Yeah, so we're up the first part of the ridge, the easy part, the broad part of the ridge. If you went to the edge of the ridge there, you would be stood above Eagle Crag. We came underneath Eagle Crag round the bottom into Nethermost Cove down here. Then we came up from Nethermost Cove and met the ridge somewhere around about that area. I'm not sure if there's a route up through Eagle Crag, but it looks pretty impossible to me. Panning round, we've got St Sunday in the Clag. We've got a clearing in the Clag at the moment. We're going to head straight up there. I was going to stop for a little break and a coffee, but as it's cleared, I'm going to take advantage of that fact that I can see the route ahead of me now. So yeah, we've got Dollywagon Pike over there, Dollywagon Pikes East Ridge, which I have done, or the Tongue as it's called on the map. Then we panning round from Dollywagon Pike onto Nethermost Pike. Here in front of me is Nethermost Pikes East Ridge, which I've never done. Looks a little bit intimidating. The route is straight up the ridge, straight up the front of that ridge. I can see a grassy terrace, but then it leads us onto a rocky arete, which I believe isn't too long, which takes us on to almost the summit of Nethermost Pike. Panning round, Helvellyns up there in the Clag. Fantastic view of Striding Edge. Striding Edge is clear, dropping all the way down into Nethermost Cove. Let's do this. Rockstar. Whew, I'm blown a bit, guys. It's steep and it's exposed, but we're almost up that pointy bit, that pinnacle I showed you, and we'll get onto the arete. Look at him. He makes it look so easy. So at this point, had you not done your homework, you think the ridge was flattening off, which it is, but I know above this ridge there's an arete. I've never seen it, I've never been on it, I don't know how sharp it is. I'm excited, I'm nervous, I'm apprehensive, my adrenaline's pumping, I feel good. That's hard tarn down there. Don't know why it's hard tarn, because it's hard to find maybe, I don't know, but it's a beautiful little tarn. It's rocky, it's got a rocky bottom, it's not too deep, it's south facing, so in the summer it actually heats up like a bathtub. I've been there, I've been at hard tarn. One of my ascents up onto Nethermost Pike years and years ago went via hard tarn, and I kind of just went off piste from hard tarn. I went up that crazy gully there, absolutely super steep. So this is the arete. It's a series of jagged rocks, all of which I would say get a good handhold, give it a good tug, make sure none of it's broken free in the icy conditions. Billy's up it, and that's behind us. So yeah, the small arete was nothing too much to worry about. Get that adrenaline pumping, but it's short. And now we're just gonna plod up the rest of this ridge, nice broad ridge, onto Nethermost Pike. That was fantastic, I loved it. Like I say, nothing technical, plenty of handholds, plenty of jagged rocks to get your feet in and get your hands on, but definitely no place to take for granted. You know, there was steep drops on both sides. A fall from there would hurt. What I would say is just be careful. Nethermost Pikes Summit Plateau. We're almost at the summit over here. 891 metres. It's a Wainwright, a Nuttall and a Burkitt. There's the summit over there, in among them spiky rocks. So we've got a huge big summit plateau which eventually takes us over to Dollywagon Pike, or ahead of us onto Helvelyn. All of this edge here is very, very steep. Place you've got to watch for cornices in the winter. We're in the abyss. There's the summit. Well, we're heading towards Helvelyn. The clag's lifting again. There's Striding Edge just starting to clear. So yeah, let's descend Striding Edge then. It's a good day for it. It's a little bit lower than that arete was on Nethermost Pike, so I don't think there'll be quite as much ice on Striding Edge. Plus the sun's starting to shine on there now. Look at this. Still on the summit plateau of Nethermost Pike. Look at these views. Just starting to open up. Look at the Striding Edge over there. Wow. Helvelyn. This really is one of my favourite winter hills. Got the sun there on Striding Edge now. We've just come down the ramp on Striding Edge. There's Billy up there. This incidentally is Billy's first ascent of, well, descent of Striding Edge. He's never been on Striding Edge, so he bags himself another hill today, because the summit of Striding Edge is a, I think it's a Nuttall. There's the Striding Edge down there, that's the chimney. I'm not sure whether we're going to go up the chimney because it's some bit steep bits for a dog on that chimney, so we might use the traverse path and go around the chimney. We've avoided the chimney. There's quite a lot of folk on there, and it is quite steep for Billy climbing up. He's too big to lift, so I try to go for places that he can do himself rather than need help. This traverse path, incidentally, is a little bit of a nemesis to me. About 8 years ago, I made a bad judgment. Deep snow and a lot of ice. I decided to keep off the crest and that I would come round the edge. So yeah, I was traversing this path, which wasn't here because it was filled with snow, and I slipped on here and had to self-arrest. If I'd gone down there, it would have been curtains. Thankfully I only slipped about 10 feet. It was 6 or 10 feet too much. So we passed the chimney. We're on the crest of Striding Edge. And there it is. Billy, you need to turn yourself around, lad. Go on, turn around. Good boy. The camera's on the rock star today. His first crossing of Striding Edge. And he's steaming over there, look. He can't force his hand to do anything. He'll go the way he wants to go. It's snowing quite hard now. High Spying How, 863 metres. It's the summit of Striding Edge and it's a nut all. And it's a new hill for our lad Billy. Clag's been in and out all the way along the ridge, but it's clearing again. So we might get a little pan round. Another hill for the lad. Not far off that magical 1,000. Well done, Billy. It's clearing in front of me there. Beautiful light down Grisdale there. St Sunday Crag where we were last week. Wow, look at this light coming in now. Dollywagon Pike and its East Ridge. Nethermost Pike and its East Ridge where we came up this morning. Helvellyns still holding a little bit of clag. There's Striding Edge. It's cleared now. There's Helvellyns. Summit's still in the clag a little bit. Panning round to Swiddle Edge, Red Tarn, Catstye Cam. And behind me, the end of Striding Edge, Birkhouse Moor. Yeah, so we're off the narrow part of Striding Edge now, past High Spying How, heading back to the hole in the wall, and then we'll traverse down the side of Birkhouse Moor and back into Patterdale. Some beautiful light on the hills now. You can look at St Sunday Crag over there. Fantastic. Helvelyn behind me. Catstye Cam over there. Pan you right round in front of me. Burkhouse Moor. Almost back at the hole in the wall, where we'll take a right off the hill and back down into Patterdale. Can you get over there? You going over? Up. Good boy. I'll say goodbye. I'm almost back into Patterdale, and thank you for watching. Please give me a like if you enjoyed my video. If you want to see more videos, please subscribe to my channel.